So, if you're a coach, or even just thinking about becoming one, you know it's a crowded world out there. The question is, what's the one thing, the number one thing that really determines if you're going to succeed or struggle? Well, today, we're going to explore how a powerful specialization can absolutely transform your practice. And we're diving deep into one of the most impactful niches you can find right now, law enforcement.
So let's ask it plainly. What is it? What's the secret sauce that separates the coaches who are really thriving from the ones who just get lost in the noise? Is it your marketing? A fancy website? Your coaching tools? Nope. It's actually something way more fundamental than any of that.
That's it. Your specialization, your niche. Because let's be real, general life coaching is everywhere. But coaches who build a clear, meaningful niche, well, they're the ones who really stand out. They create this incredible opportunity to do work that's not just profitable, but truly purpose-driven. And right now, there is a huge opportunity to do exactly that.
And that opportunity is in law enforcement. Think about it. Officers are operating under constant pressure, daily exposure to trauma, and making split-second, high-stakes decisions. And yet most of them have little to no access to the kind of structured, ongoing support that professional coaching offers. You know, this isn't just a gap in the market. It's a mission. It's a chance to serve the people who serve our communities every single day. You know, officers today are facing what you could only call a perfect storm. You've got the incredible psychological weight of the job, and you combine that with this intense public scrutiny from all sides. On top of all that, there's a nationwide staffing crisis, which means decades of experience and wisdom are literally walking out the door. This isn't just a tough job anymore. It's a full-blown systemic crisis, and it demands a systemic solution. Okay, so this is really the key. Law enforcement does not have a resiliency problem. Officers are some of the most resilient people on the planet. The real issue is a resiliency training gap. It's a fundamental failure of the system that's supposed to be supporting them. And to understand just how big this gap is, you gotta follow the money. According to research from Harvard, organizations around the globe spent a staggering 365 times billion dollars a year on training. That's $1 billion every single day. All of it invested with one goal in mind: making people better at their jobs. But here's the kicker. That same research found that only about 10% of all that training actually sticks. Only 10% makes it from a conference room into the real world. That's a 90% failure rate. So what is going on? Why isn't this massive investment creating any lasting change? Well, this is what we call the resiliency training gap. It's this chronic failure to bridge the massive canyon between what's learned in a one-day workshop and what's actually needed on a high-stress call at 2 in the morning. Those one-time check-the-box wellness programs, they just don't cut it. And this failure really happens for 3 main reasons. First up, leadership. They'll send people to a training, but then they expect everyone to go right back to business as usual, which just blocks any real change. Second, the system itself has no structure, no resources to actually reinforce these new skills. And third, and this is the big one for us, there is a complete lack of coaching. There's no one there to bridge that gap between learning something and actually applying it under pressure. So if these one-off trainings are the problem, what's the solution? Well, the answer has to be a systems-based approach. It's not about just training a few individuals. It's about building an entire ecosystem that supports resilience from the inside out. And that solution exists. It's called the Resiliency Leadership and Emotional Recovery for Crisis Response Pilot Program. I know, it's a mouthful, but its credibility is built on an incredibly solid foundation. It's an 85-hour program, and it's fully approved as a Level 1 certification by the International Coach Federation, which, as you know, is the gold standard in our industry. And this is what a systems-based approach looks like in the real world. It's not about training one group in a silo. It's about creating a complete 360-degree support system by training sworn officers, retired officers, mental health professionals, and external coaches together, all as one national cohort. You have everyone working together to build a brand new supportive infrastructure. This is the fundamental shift. We're moving away from that old, broken model of one-and-done trainings with zero follow-through. The new approach actually embeds formally trained coaches directly into the system, which provides ongoing, integrated support. This is how you close that resiliency gap for good. All right, so what does this all actually mean for the officers and maybe more importantly, for you as a coach? Well, it creates this incredible dual payoff. There's a huge benefit for the agencies, and it creates a powerful, purpose-driven path for your own practice. For your coaching practice, this kind of specialization opens up so many doors. You're suddenly equipped to coach individual officers and leaders. You can lead group programs inside departments, deliver specialized workshops, and even contract directly with entire agencies. It gives you a clear pathway to building a sustainable, diverse practice that's really built on meaningful work.
And this, right here, addresses the biggest challenge that most coaches face. It isn't learning how to coach, it's building a consistent base of clients. By specializing in this high-need environment, you stop competing in an oversaturated market. You position yourself right where the need is most urgent and where your credibility means everything. So you can see this is so much more than just another training course. It's really an invitation to be part of a pioneering movement. It's a chance to stop being a spectator and to step into a real leadership role, helping to shape the future of an entire profession from the inside. And you should know it is a highly selective opportunity. This nationwide pilot program is limited to just 350 participants total. And within that small group, there are only 50 seats available for external coaches like you. This is really for those who are truly committed to leading this change. And the impact? It goes so far beyond the individuals you'll coach. The data that's gathered from this pilot will create the first ever database of its kind on the impact of embedded coaching in law enforcement. It's going to influence funding, legislation, and policy for decades. The people in this program are literally making history. You know, there's a powerful idea that really sums this all up. History doesn't remember those who watched. It remembers those who moved first. This is one of those moments, a chance to be one of the very first to move on such a critical issue. So the final question really is for you. Are you ready to build a practice that truly stands out? One that's specialized, that's credible, and that makes a profound impact on the lives of the people who protect and serve all of us? If the answer is yes, then this is your opportunity.